Not sure what happened to the original video on the first part, but it disappeared. So I'm remaking it, and hopefully I have everything that's necessary because Ms. Lamb filled in a lot of material, and I'm going to do my best to remember. So first off, day of the exam, show up early, at least 30 minutes early. Your exam's 12 o'clock, so you need to show up at 11:30. Make sure you have a pencil or pencils. You can do your pen. You can do your FRQ and pen, so you might want to have a pen with you as well if you prefer to write in pen for the FRQ, but you need to make sure you have pencils. If you arrive late, they will not let you in and you'll miss the exam. So please arrive 30 minutes early. Make sure you have your calculator with you. It's not a bad idea to bring an additional calculator. Make sure you have additional batteries. If you don't have batteries, you need 4 AAA batteries, and I don't have any. So I'm out, so I cannot supply you with those. So please make sure that you have those with you in case there is an issue. Next thing, on your calculator, make sure it is turned, that when you turn it on, that you go to a mode, stat diagnostics, and make sure stat diagnostics is turned on, right? Really important that stat diagnostics is turned on and clear everything else out of the calculator. Another couple things that are important for test day: eat a good breakfast. And try to eat something for lunch because we're an afternoon exam, and by the time the exam's over, you're going to be tired. So please try to eat something before the exam so that you can get through the exam easily. Night of the exam, the night before the exam, you're likely to be stressed and tense, and want to help you out with that. So go to bed early. Make sure your phone is turned off because it's a distraction. I know you go, hey, I want to know what's going on, and it's relaxing in some aspect, but it'll keep you awake. The actual lighting of your phone and your computer screen will keep you awake. So don't have that on. You're like, I can't go to sleep, Mr. Spencer. Let me help you out. If you can drink milk, great. That would help. But more importantly, curl up with my note spiral. All right. If you curl up with my note spiral and read that for 15 minutes, first off, you're going to be helping yourself out with the exam. And it's been shown that what you're thinking of when you go to sleep helps actually get stronger while you're sleeping. So it's actually a good thing to do. But the other thing is you'll go to sleep. I recommend you exercise early in the day, not right before you go to bed, but early in the day. Exercise also will help you think better when you're studying, and will help you sleep better. So what should I be studying in this last section, this weekend? So first off, for today, make sure you're studying the free response questions. Yes, the videos are out there or will be attached for you to read or to look at the multiple choice questions. But by now, you should have done at least 4 videos worth of multiple choice. If you've done 1 test and 4 videos, you're probably in pretty good shape in multiple choice. You may want to go back and hit a few things, but what you really need to focus on is the free response, and you need to just start writing. Begin with the question 6s that we've done. If you haven't done those already, go through those, watch them, and write them, and just keep writing them. And yes, I mean, you can write them as you go along. Obviously, if you can solve them without looking, better, but please write them, read the questions and write them. You will get substantially better by doing that. And that's what you should be focusing on today. I'd also take a moment and to focus on memorizing equations. Memorizing your formulas. And there's a video that talks about that later on. So please do work on that. I will throw one thing out. If all of a sudden you're in the middle of the test and you totally forget how to do a formula. If you totally forget how to do a formula, go to your calculator. And you're like, I remember how to run the test using the calculator, but I don't remember the exact formula, et cetera. If you're in that situation and that happens, write whatever it says on the screen. If it says on the screen, it happens to say 1 proportion z-test, write that down. So that it may not get you full points, but it will probably help you with partial with where your work came from. 1 proportion z-test or 2 proportion z-test or 2 sample t, etc. Write that information down, and you're likely to do better. Having said that, hopefully it won't happen. You really need to memorize that formula. So work on memorizing the formulas. Mrs. Lamb has provided a template in the Google Classroom for you to fill out. I would highly recommend that you use the template that she's given. Please remember those formulas and the conditions can be found on the last 2 pages of your note spiral. So they're all there, so you can copy those down from there. And that would give you some really good practice there. You may want to make some flashcards, etc., doing that, but writing it down will help you out immensely. So spend some time doing that today. So today, you're going to work hard on memorizing equations and free response questions and writing them over and over and over again until that you get comfortable with them. On Sunday, if you have time to do some writing, free response writing, that's great, but not required. What you really need to do is you need to spend some time doing some reading. Now, I would recommend writing 1 or 2 just to keep things fresh. But what I'm going to suggest is that you go to my website, and I'll put the link. The link will be in this Google Classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and share this screen, and hopefully it's recording properly. And hopefully you're seeing my Weebly screen up. And you're going to go to where it says AP Exam Day. Now, there's a ton of information there. There's the recipe cards, etc. There's the inference cheat sheet, and I'll just click on that real quickly. And the inference cheat sheet should show you all of the formulas. All of the formulas, the conditions, etc. These are the last 2 pages. So that's there. But there's some really other good things that you should be doing. You should look at the collecting data and making sure you are familiar with all those definitions and distinctions. So read those. Write the ones down, star them as you need to come back and reread what you don't know or don't remember. I also highly recommend you read the displaying data all the way through. Make sure you know that when you're cussing that you're discussing center, unusual shape, and spread. Make sure that when you're talking skewed right and skewed left, and it's skewed left, the mean is below the mean. The mean is below the median, and skewed right, the mean is above the median. Make sure you look over type 1 and type 2 errors. And it's really at the bottom of it, it also talks away about power, alpha, and beta and how they move and what happens when you change one, how they increase and decrease. The regression card is especially powerful. Now, I know the first part is the sentence stems, and you've got to practice memorizing those because I can almost guarantee that there'll be a free response on that this year. I don't know that, but I'm going to bet that. And then we come over here to the computer output, and we see that I've actually done one all the way through. And then I have several hints throughout this thing on how to do several regression problems that I think will help you with free response and with the multiple choice. When I refer to the AP Statistics formula sheet, this is also here. And over here, we have Mr. Spencer's formula sheets. These are the things that you should be learning, right? That's also up there. And what are they asking? This is a really good sheet that I did not go over that you should look through as well. Okay, so these are things that I highly recommend that you do. So once again, Saturday, free response questions, practice writing them over and over again, and the question 6s, and also practice memorizing the formulas. On Sunday, you need to be reading the vocabulary cards and memorizing and continuing to practice memorizing the formulas. You might want to take a little bit of time and write, do some writing as well, but that's not as important, okay? So you do need to do some, I would do some writing on Sunday as well. On Monday morning, do not cram, but the problems that you've been writing before, please continue working on writing those some more, all right? The reason you want to do that is just like, hey, I just want to write one once, maybe you do 2, but no more than 30 minutes, and probably 15 minutes is all. And the only reason you want to do that is you want your brain to shift gears to that statistics mode. So you want your brain to shift gears to statistics mode, but you're not really trying to cram anything in, okay? I wish you guys the best. And I was asked also to make something on chi-squared. I'll post a chi-square video, but it may be a little bit. Thank you.